I would be married by 25, and by 27 I'll be a mom of a child too. But life had other plans for me. Hey, I'm Lasya, a 28-year single, unmarried, and South Indian woman living in Toronto and figuring out life. And this is currently raising a lot of eyebrows and shooting hundreds of questions at me. Do I have a full time job? Not yet. Do I have or am I dating somebody whom I shall marry in the near future? No. These two make a lot of people in my life very uncomfortable, labeling me as stubborn, choosy, not considering my parents' perspective, etc. etc. But am I financially supporting myself right now? Yes, I have a part time job that I can use to pay my bills, enjoy small pleasures in my life, and save for some last minute emergencies. What am I exactly figuring out to delay my marriage or even to delay a full time job? Is a question I get a lot. I want to make content, tell stories, tell narratives, write blogs, start a small business of my own, and many more. And that many more also consists of helping women rebuild their confidence and self worth they once had before the society started dictating their life. Have I figured out everything relevant to this? Not yet. While I am consistently creating lifestyle content, I am also trying to figure out the best way to put my voice out there to reach wider audiences to let them know that they're not sailing in the boat alone. However, it is also not my motive to normalize what society says by saying that, yeah, that's how people are, even though it's true. My motive is to share my story with everyone else out there and build a community where we support each other. And my marriage is a big, hollow question I'm yet to answer myself. Lot of them in my circle and outside my circle think I have very high standards. These high standards apparently come from the fictional works I read and watch. I mean, isn't it disappointing for both men and women to say this to me? For the kind of submissive person I was in the past, I'm very proud of how far I have come considering the typical conditioning I have had growing up. Even enough to smile at people who think I'm very selfish to want a partner with high values. And in this process, apparently, I'm not considering my family's responsibility towards me. Isn't it amazing? Honestly speaking, I'm more confident than I have ever been in my entire life. I'm calm than I have ever been. I'm much more joyous than I have ever been. I'm more courageous to call out someone very politely who thinks I have to move according to their mindset, their time, their schedule, their moods, etc. and etc. Which was not the case earlier though. I would actually move and be okay with everything that was done to me or that was said to me. I'm like, yeah, it's okay, fine. But then I'm not so. I don't do that right now. I'm more joyous about the abundant life I'm living and expanding myself emotionally, mentally, financially, and health wise too. I'm much more aware of how do I want to live my life without having to worry about my situation as to what would it be in 3 years or 3 months or 6 years. But that doesn't mean that I don't make a plan. It's just that I consciously choose to not live rigidly according to the plan. I am aware of what's going on in my life and I still make time or take time to live the small pleasures, fulfill the small wishes I once had as a child. To all those who find yourself to be in a similar stage of life, I'm not saying that everything will be great for the sake of motivation. I have a strong belief that we are all doing great already. Let us acknowledge and give ourselves the credit that we deserve, we don't take, and is underrated about the small steps we take towards the life we want to build. So if you're 26, 28, 30, or even older and still figuring out life, I just want you to know that you're not behind in life. We're all just building our lives at our own pace. If this video resonated with you, I would love to hear your story. Let me know in the comments below where you're in life right now. And if you want to follow my journey as I figure out things here in Toronto, make sure you subscribe and stay connected.